Hello, hello. Wonderful people. I'm just making sure you can see. Well, and news is going, and I'm in a good mood today. Boy, I'm in a good mood today. Hello, hello, everyone. Wonderful people. Seriously, nobody can, I'm not even sure Trump could put me in a bad mood today. Oh, hello, sweetheart. Here. You're okay. There you go. Hello, dear. There is the boo-boo. So let me turn off the news there. And there's the kitty. Here, let me lift this up so we can see the kitty. We can appreciate the cuteness. There's a good boy. So I hope you all are well. All right. It is very bright outside, which makes it look very dark in here on camera. But anyway, hiya. Hiya, hiya. Okay. I'm looking at all of your comments. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, just want to let you know, we usually take the first 10 minutes, because I'm here every day, at noon Central Time in the U.S., and take, write down your questions, and we talk for a minute for the first 10 minutes or so, usually as much as 13. And then for the rest of the hour, I read on whatever your questions are. And hello, Jazzy girl. And I also have some questions today that I've already, I would like some answers too. So I will share those with you. Aw, why, baby? Hi, boo-boos and kitty. I need a kitty hug. Don't we all? Don't we all need a kitty hug? He's so soft. His fur is so soft. There we go. There we go. In his little bed. There we go. Okay. Let me turn this a little. And get a little, I don't want to get rid of him completely, but I can at least turn this a little so we can, oops, sorry, a little twisted. And is that good? Down just a tiny bit more, and then, ooh, we can do readings. He is half looking out the window, half doing that thing where they lean their heads over the edge lower than their body and sleep like that. So, oh. I was rubbing my fur baby this morning for some good energy. Jules Daramore. Yeah, they're wonderful, 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 wonderful. Oh, why, baby? I'm so sorry. She's saying that her twin sister is in a nursing home, and yesterday went into a 2-week lockdown. I'm so sorry. Stephen has the best. I'm sorry, but that is the question of that is like that you've won. If there was a prize, you just won it. Stephen's asking, when will Trump get chronic laryngitis? I love it. Allison says, I have had to delay surgery. I know various people who've had to do that. This morning, one of the reasons I'm in such a good mood is because this morning, my mom needed to go to the DMV as well as I needed to. So we went together this morning and we got it done, taken care of. And we were there early, and we still had to be around some people, but we got it all done. And so I was just there, and I was, she was like, do you have a wipe? I'm like, do I have a wipe? I had a whole container sitting in this big bag I was carrying. And she had gloves, and so I just made sure she was okay. And nobody was coughing, and so I'm just having a quick look at your questions. Will the Republicans stop Trump chipping away at the First Amendment? Is he? I didn't know that he was. Did I miss something? I went shopping yesterday, Clotha was saying, and it was so weird. People were walking around like they were in shock. I believe it. I believe it. But this morning, you know, there at the DMV, people were talking about it in the line because we got there before they opened. He's trying to stop protests. Oh. Well, we actually have an election in November. November election. So I got all that taken care of. That plus the fact that in China, they are over, they flatten that curve and they are moving toward better days. And there are various places in the world that they're doing better, and which means that's what's going to happen to us. We're going to be okay. All right, sorry, just getting the big old huge box of cards. I didn't realize the hinges were that nice. Okay. There's a no protesting bill? Goodness. Goodness. All right, we gotta look that up. No. Bill Trump. Did Trump say Americans had no right to protest him? Lawyers representing Donald Trump argued in a court filing that protesters had no right to protest as part of the campaign rally of the political candidates. A hyper-partisan website misquoted a legal motion filed by Trump's lawyer. So it's mostly false. He did not say that. It was one of his stupid lawyers. So at least there's that. Thank you, Holly. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love that little fox. So at least there's that. Mostly false. Good. Well, that's what I'm here for. My whole purpose in being here is so that you can sleep better at night. So, all right, not seeing anything. Okay, so I don't know. I'm kind of in a steampunk tarot cards kind of mood, even if I'm going to be reading on Trump. Are the Republicans who are in self-quarantine really sick or just skirting work? A lot of them actually aren't sick. They were doing it over an overabundance of caution, like even Gates and Ted Cruz, but they weren't showing any symptoms. Where's the best place to put this? Let me see if I can get it back where it was. It usually sits over here on the side. Okay. And got water, food. Victoria on spring break till the 23rd. She's home now. Good. If everybody's safe, that's great. First Lady of Canada is positive. That's true, Harry's mom. I like the scary deck. Justice for Aaron. Hey, if we read enough on Trump, I may have to get out the zombie tarot. But today I'm doing steampunk, at least for now. Sorry, I needed a little drink there. Okay. The mug my mom gave me, which I thought was very sweet. All right. Are there going to be November elections? Let's start there. All right, we are at 9 minutes. Autumn school is closed until the 23rd unless they remain shut. Yep. I like this. Salome saying, I like the zombie deck. If the steampunk confuses me historically, I understand. I understand. Teresa, why is everyone buying up toilet paper? Your mom really likes you, Autumn. Thank you, why baby? I think she does. I know I certainly love her she has my heart. But anyway, it confuses me historically. I love that. The reason people are buying up toilet paper, I was reading an article about this, and it has to do with, it gives people a sense of control. And they feel there's so little that they can do, actually. It's like, okay, wash your hands, okay, got that. Keep your hands clean, okay, sanitizer, got it. Toilet paper. Okay. You know, it's you don't. I'm gonna be home for a while, so okay. So like my best friend has, gosh, at any time she has as many as like 6 kids in her house, and yeah, she has 3 of her own, and she took on another 3 who otherwise would have gone into foster care, and she's married, and she said, look, you know, in this household, she buys great big packs of toilet paper. She said, look, in this household, we are always one stomach bug away from catastrophe. But it just, other than people who are in that situation, it's just to give people a sense of control. Harry's mom's asking, does the U.S. make toilet paper? Is all imported from China? Actually, up in Neenah, Wisconsin, they make a surprising amount of paper products. So, will kids who need school lunches be fed? There is certainly talk of that. I think it's going to vary from state to state. Yeah, I have nephews. I don't have any nieces, but I do have nephews, and their schools have been canceled for a couple of weeks. So how much have I missed? Not much, Michelle. I was just about to read on. We were just trying to, you know, get through some differences between, you know, real information and, you know, Trump information. But not much, Michelle, but lots of toilet paper. There you go. Fortnight. That's Cat Shepherd. That is such a great. Oregon's schools are closed for a fortnight. That is a word. That is a great word that needs to be. It needs to come back into regular use. Why couldn't they put my Gym Planet Fitness on lockdown? I hear you. Why can't they have a? They should have a lockdown on calories. You know, so no. So there can be all kind of cakes and donuts and things and no calories. Okay, so let's go back to, all right, we made it to 12 and a half minutes. All right, is there going to be an election in November? I watched someone climb into the fridge for eggs. Wow. Yeah, you can just do the basic things. I wish I've eaten 2 chocolate desserts. Good for you. I'm not the person to, yeah, exactly, Stephen. Comfort food is essential in a crisis. No, I'm with, I'm a total enabler. I think it's my Cancer moon. But if you tell me, you know, I've eaten like a quarter of a chocolate cake, I'll be like, good for you. Anybody. I'm just, you know, life is short. You should do that. I believe my best friend, she's like, you're not helping. Like, I know. I don't want to help. I don't want to help your diet. I don't. It's just not my nature. I want to feed you. And I want to feed you carbs. In my world, there will be waffles. All right. Is there going to be an election in November? Is the Cancer moon my problem too? Maybe, I don't know. Page of Pentacles. They're watching it. They're watching it. That's a practical person who's looking at the. There are some smart people looking at it. Okay. This is weird. I'm going to pull this first because this is the center of the reading, and I got 2. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. And this feels like them putting measures into place that they should be doing, and then a matter of just the time it takes for the measures to work. So there's good energy around this. Okay. In the past, it was all about the money. It's all about the big donors. Whereas now, I mean, Biden spent nothing. I'm not saying who should be the Democratic nominee. I'm not opening that can of worms. We don't talk about that here. But I'm saying that It's just a fact. Anyway, base of the reading. These are going to be Nine of Cups, Three of Wands. There are so many businesses being hit by this that they really do. Everybody wants measures put in place, and we're willing to put up with a lot that we wouldn't normally. To say, okay, this is what's happened in other places. It's like we're looking, and what happened, and it's like, okay, we're assessing the situation. Above the reading. These nails do not want to help me pick up these cards today. Above the reading. They're finally starting to kind of pull things together a little, but this is hurting Trump's political fortunes. All the political swords in his back are, it's adding up. Louisiana postponed primaries. Okay. And just, actually, I'm having to fix my hair clip, sorry. It was pulling my hair. Okay, near future. I've got a Tower and a Ten of Cups, which makes me wonder about the conventions. Is this about the conventions? Or is this just things, this quarantine-y stuff going on longer than we want? Don't you like my new words? Quarantine-y? Kind of like a martini. Only not as fun. And I can joke because I don't drink. But anyway. Two of Swords, decisions. Okay. But is this the... Ooh. Are we about to be distracted by... Is our staycation entertainment going to be stuff coming out about Trump? I know, I'm reaching, but let me see what the other cards say, and then I'll come back to this if it's not clearer. Home environment. Oh, well, look at that. That is the card I am getting for voters, people going out and voting, looking at different candidates, and not necessarily just, I usually get pentacles for Republicans, but just any candidate. Hopes and fears. Yeah, that we can just be strong and go out and cast our vote, and that's the hope. And I think most people are hoping that. That would be some good. That would be good. Some news on Trump's filth. Okay. What we see. The process is already disrupted, in the sense that people aren't out campaigning, and people who would make money from other people campaigning, and big people who own the auditoriums where they do the campaign rallies, and there are all kinds of people being affected by this, being disappointed by this, who aren't making money because a lot of this has been shut down. But are we going to have an election, presidential election in November? Yes. I'm getting a yes. I'm getting that, oh no, we are going to make this work. If everybody has to show up with disinfectant and just wipe absolutely everything down, this very much feels like we are going to do whatever it takes. And then here's the King of Swords, making sure things are done right. And then, oh look, King of Cups. The Cups card, which is what I get for the rise of democratic power. But in the meantime, see, this near future, this is interesting, because it can be the Trump dynasty if it's the Rider-Waite card, but in this, it's almost like It does. It feels more like Democrats, but that's not Democrats. It's almost like something happens maybe with Trump or something, Republicans, something, but it leaves Democrats in a better position. That must be it. The situation just being as ridiculous as it is leaves Democrats in a better position, and coming out with the sword of truth, and then people can't go about their business in the near future as much as they want to, which is going to help the Democrats. Let me throw just a few more cards, but is there going to be, are we going to have an actual presidential election November, is it November 3rd, I want to say? If we have to crawl over a bed of nails with alcohol poured in our cuts, we will vote Trump out. Priesteris, I'm with you. High Priestess. Secrets, higher wisdom of we'll crawl over glass to get rid of Trump. All right, Six of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Hanged Man. Usually this is a card of delay, and this would be heartbreak. But honestly, this feels like actively, like, honestly, it feels like Trump being, like, people actively, I'm not saying it's going to be physically attacked, but it's like that energy, like back in the day when, you know, people would show up with pitchforks kind of thing. And this is generosity, and this is us working together to get through this crisis. And I know these are pentacles, but it's the card of generosity. And just, you know, in any, even with the regular flu, we lose people, and it hurts, and it's hard. And it's also causing his heartache, because the more he goes out and tries to be the voice of reason, or they try to make him the voice of reason, rather, it falls flat. I mean, I thought he was a mess during the other night during his speech, but even pundits who are normally giving him a pass are saying that speech was a mess. So I think that we don't want people to be hurt, but it definitely feels like this is hurting Trump. And let me see if there's any more torches and pitchforks. Yes, and not tiki torches. Those jackwagons. Oh, I have such not nice words for those guys. But anyway. Four of Swords and Temperance and Six of Wands. So here we have quiet, temperance, so being reasonable, just it's more calmly, voting someone better in. This is the victory card. So I think we're going to be okay. I think that's what I'm getting. Okay, so I've got that. I wanted to ask, why, I know that, is it I can't remember this guy's name exactly. Is it Dr. Farzi? But he's been going out, like he was on Morning Joe this morning. You know, Morning Joe, that show that's just all commercials. Fauci. Thank you, Clotho. Fauci. Tony Fauci, good guy. He was out there, and he was saying that, you know, stopping people coming from China helped, and then now stopping people coming from Europe, like with the problems they're having in Italy and what have you, that's a good thing. So until he said that, and now I'm curious, because all I can think of is Trump would Trump would cut off from anywhere, people coming in from anywhere, because he said it was xenophobic. I had to explain to my mother what xenophobic meant the other day. Welcome to the Trump era. Breaking news, Greg Abbott is talking to us, Texas. Okay. 45 read the teleprompter like a bot, a Russian bot. I hear you. But until he came out and said that, I was pretty much convinced that, yeah, of course Trump made an exception for the UK because of his golf courses, his resort. I mean, yeah, he has one in Ireland as well, but, you know, the one he always goes to is the one in Scotland. And he's made, you know, he cut off people coming in from China, but has only just put out a warning, not an actual limit, on people coming in from South Korea. And I went and looked at his website. He has properties in South Korea. And it's just like, really? So I wanted to know, is Trump's UK and South Korean exemption, is it just for his money? Or, you know. So I'm just going to throw 5 cards on this, and it's about 26-ish. 26. Okay. All right, Trump's exemptions for the UK and South Korea. Why is that? It's because he was listening to good advice. I know, I kid. 4 of Cups, it's the card of the miser, the greedy person. Do I even need to look at the other cards? Chariot, Page of Cups, 6 of Cups, Judgment, the Empress, I think this is America. This is telling me that in general, he's making, what decisions he makes, like all of his other decisions, they're based on someone who was in his prime in the 80s. I find a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people, they reach a certain, you know, they were very, very successful at whatever age that was. And then they almost stay that age, and they don't really learn a lot after that because they were so successful at whatever. You know, I had a lawyer who, man, his offices, even his loafers with the tassels, it was just, he was 80s. He wasn't like big hair 80s, but he was 80s, and it was like, yep, you are the right age to be like that, and so's Trump. So he's making decisions based on a much, you know, a way of looking at the world that's, what, 40 years old? So his ideas of protecting America and having to act quickly, somewhat rashly, because it's an immature, this is a Page of Cups, it's a very immature emotional response. It's not well thought out. So it's not just that he's a miser, it's that he's also immature. Well, that answers that question. Okie dokie. All right. I was going to ask about the U.S. economy, if that's all right with you, through the rest of the year. Are we dealing with recession, or worse, or better, or... Thank you, Jean. Thank you for asking that. Big hair and McMansions. Let's see here. Do, 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 do. To quote Archie Bunker, the economy is in the toilet. Yep, that sounds like Archie Bunker. Oh, we're buffering? No, we're good. Okay. Okay. All right, we are at 30. Let's have a look at the U.S. economy 2020. And I don't know why I'm using silly accents. I think maybe it's just relief that we got through it, and I think my mom's okay, and you know, I just want my mom to be okay. That's all. Okay. U.S. economy. Let's do yeah, this needs a full, one of my overloaded Celtic readings. U.S. economy in 2020. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetie. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good boy. Good boy. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. The economy in 2020. Very much tied into the world economy. It's like, okay, fair enough. In the past, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Not many people save money. I mean, unless you have seriously, other than people who have 401ks, I honestly don't know anybody else who really has any kind of serious savings. And mostly because they can't afford it. Oh. Okay, so center of the reading, Four of Swords. That's not death, it's just quiet. Okay? Because of things being shut down, it's the economy having to go very, very quiet. Which is bad. It is bad. But do remember that it won't always be like this, and then there's going to be pent-up demand. I mean, heck, people are going to need more toilet paper in the basement. Huh, base of the reading. In the basement. Seven of Swords and the Magician. So this is the Thief card, and this is the someone taking power into their own hands. Yeah, so they're going to, I have to be careful here because I can't let my own emotions impact the reading, and normally I can handle it. It's like, reading on Trump, he's I don't like the guy, but, sometimes it says good things about him or what's going to happen to him. It's like, okay, it is what it is. But I seriously dislike the Federal Reserve. I have very, very strong feelings about them. And so I have to not cloud my judgment. But this really does, I do know that the Federal Reserve talked to their New York area banks, and basically they have added a great deal of liquidity to the system, which causes immense inflation. But no, they're manipulating things to try to make it better. I have opinions. You can probably guess. Okie dokie. Oh, Sienna's here. Hello, Sienna. Above the reading, there is not much that the Orange Fuhrer can do. He wishes he looked that good, but no, there's not much he can do in its industry, and but it's quiet. It's quiet, but the economy still exists. I mean, it's not, this isn't forever. Near future. Queen of Pentacles and Two of Cups. And what this is, because we're asking about the U.S. economy in 2020, it's really just, those who have the means, who are not on paycheck to paycheck hourly wages, they're going to be fine. And people who do not have that savings already, or are not independent or not wealthy on their own, it's people working together. And that's really, I mean, even at the worst of the worst, people really pulled together during the Great Depression. And that's what happens. People help their friends, they help their families. You know? That's what that feels like. I've still got some energy here. It's not like it's all just gone. No. It's slowed down, but there's still people actually working together more, which is nice. Home environment. There's a whole lot of work at home for anybody who can do that. Gig economy, finding gigs, people can, changing over to gigs they can do at home. There are a lot of people doing the gig economy. Hopes and fears. Hoping that, it'll be a good excuse to, you don't hang up out in big groups, but, maybe you can spend time with your friends. There might be a plus side to it. Of course, the downside is that the fear that it might continue to spread. What we see, Page of Wands. If you look carefully at this card, with her dress, and then that super thing on her arm, and then that spyglass on her head, and this wand in her hand, she could be a superhero. I mean, she could. But she's not at the moment. It's like she could just go in just dun-da-da, superhero mode. But right now she's just standing. And that's kind of what the U.S. economy is massive. And when it's going, it's going. But right now, it's like the factory's quiet, kind of. The machinery is, but she's still standing. Final outcome about the U.S. economy. Three of Swords, Fool, and Nine of Pentacles. I don't want to delude myself about what's going to happen and how things are going to play out. But that Three of Swords and the Fool, this heartache, card of heartache, and the Fool, I just can't help but think about Trump. And this Nine of Pentacles, it feels like the rest of us are going to be fine. But us having to work together, and Trump not being able to keep hitting that base of the brain survival mode, fear the other, fear the outsider, fear the, they'll take your guns away, they'll take your stuff. He keeps beating on his bases, the base of their brain, to get them into survival mode, which is why they are so attached to him. But this has caused a lot of other people who are not fans of Trump, their own survival mode instincts have been activated. And they're willing to work together. And so, just like that core group is just dug in, what's happening now, can really hurt Trump, because he can throw out all the red meat he wants. He can throw out all the fear. He can say or do anything at this point, and nobody's listening. And we're going to be okay. That's exactly what this feels like. So, that is that. Something's just plain wrong. Necessity is the mother of invention. We will get by. Pristeros, we see eye to eye. In Alberta, Sienna is saying, you call 811 if you think you have the virus. Apparently someone will come to your home to test you. Well, that's interesting. And sensible. I have a motto for that. Don't let others' problems be your problems. It's called false responsibility. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I often come in the middle of conversations and don't quite understand. Okay, so the other question I wanted to ask, and then I can answer some of your questions, you know how Trump keeps saying there's really strong testing? People coming in from Europe now, there's strong tests. They're tested before they can even get on a plane. And they're tested when they're here. And he's like, no, they're not. I mean, it was just a flat out lie. Flat out lie. And then his other thing about, it's like a miracle. It's a miracle that it's all just going to disappear. But even that can be like wishful thinking. But that thing about they're tested. They're tested. I want to know, is he saying stuff like that because that's what he's being told? Or does he even know he's lying? Does he know he's lying? Funny how Trump goes from not really caring about the virus to saying, oh, they're carefully being tested. All right, so we are at 42. Is Trump misinformed, or is he lying about the testing and about all this stuff? Is Trump misinformed or lying? Whoa. That doesn't happen very often. It feels like all the cards want to fall out, and I think this one's upside down. Two of Swords, decisions. Let me try this again. Is Trump misinformed, or is he lying about all the testing and what have you? Is Trump misinformed or lying? Nine of Swords. Honestly, this feels like him having trouble sleeping. Like he has pounding headaches. And he doesn't want to be bothered with anything. That's what that feels like. King of Wands, that's Trump as a man. Emperor, that's Trump as a dictator. Two of Pentacles, that's his staff pedaling in first gear, madly in first gear, trying to clean up after him. He has never known want. Yeah, he's been bankrupt multiple times, but there is not any point in his life where he didn't have access to huge amounts of money. Huge. He has no concept. And that plus the fact that he's a malignant narcissist, he has no concept of going without, of not being able to get a test. Stephen saying his reality has nothing in common with our reality. Exactly. He's never known want. He doesn't understand it. He has zero empathy. There's just a very strong feeling here of, and I know she didn't say cake, she said brioche, but anyway, she probably didn't say anything at all, but the saying is that Marie Antoinette It said, the people don't have le pain, this kind of bread. She basically said, well, we'll have them eat le brioche, which is a different kind of bread. So, and she may not have said that at all, but that's it. But it feels like that. Yeah, they're testing. Of course they're testing. There's something wrong. It's also this mentality that the world only has so many people in it. I mean, I don't think he can even remotely understand that there are 380 million people in this country. I don't think they can. I don't think he can even. He cannot comprehend that, because it would mean that he has to understand that his policies, what he does, affects so many different people that there are. That when he knocks down a domino, it doesn't just fall in a line. It falls and then it spreads out into a whole big. No brioche for Harry's mom. That's not right. I agree, Dave. Let's see. Let me see if I can get any more information. So when he's saying there's all this testing, we know he lies. Oh, look, sort of truth. Him actually being called on it, which he is being called on it about time. And apparently, apparently my Amazon over there was thinking I was talking to her. Oh, these look familiar. His initial I alone can fix it mentality, actually it isn't even I alone, it's Pence can do it. There's actual hard work to be done, Pence will do it. And I can blame him if it doesn't work. But his me, I, it didn't work. It really, really didn't work. And since he rarely spends his own money, he listens to the business owners and the people who have lots and lots of money, because even they're saying, hang on a second. So he's like forced to listen, forced to do something, but he doesn't have much of a attention span. Really doesn't. It's dwindling. Feels like it's about that big now. It also feels like he's not going to be in his position for that much longer. All right, so that's what I'm getting. I'm not even. I don't know that he's lying or misinformed. I think it's ignorance and delusion is what it feels like. So, anyway, let's see. Yeah, he's lived off other people's money his whole life. Exactly. They are listening. Yeah, they are listening, Bismo. Let's see. Trumpo is saying we are at fault for not getting tested. He said we do not go to the right agents. Is he talking now? Is that something? Because I know he was going to potentially do some kind of emergency declaration or what have you. Is there anything I could read on for you guys that is related to all of this? It is. Sienna, it is very hard to get tested here. It's just ridiculous. I just, the thought of, it's like, well, what do you, I mean, I'm single. And it's like, well, if I start dating again, I guess I have to wait now? I don't. I think I'll stay home and just hang. Any changes for the Democratic convention? That's a good question. Convention. And then I want to pull a few cards to see if there's a message for us. It is it's 50. 50. Okay. A Democratic convention. in Milwaukee in, isn't it July? No dating. All right, all right. I wasn't looking forward to it anyway, but let's see here. Democratic convention in July, yes or no? Milwaukee Democratic convention in July. Sienna, I misread what you wrote. I could have sworn that said my boyfriend is the VP of the local curling iron club. And I was like, well, good for him. And no, it's curling club. Okay. The Alberta government is canceling the gatherings. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. But I was like, well, good for him. Local curling iron club. Awesome. All right. Democratic convention in July in Milwaukee. Maybe not. And that's not literal. Please do not take this literally. That's not what, whenever it's literal, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that has to show up at the same time. Okay, and I'm not seeing any of it. So, the convention, well, I certainly want to. It looks good because everybody wants to fight against Trump. And I mean, yeah, they could postpone it, but they really, there's a lot done at conventions, and it's not just picking the candidate. There's connections that have to do with business and people doing business with each other, meeting up there, like minds. There's people who are part of the choosing a delegate. There's a lot of money that will go into Milwaukee because of that. Like-minded people standing together against... Look, it's an orange menace. Yeah. And his hair is like... Yes, and his hair that looks like flames. Yeah. Cotton candy, flames. That looks good. But why did I get this? Is that behind? Is that just why I'm asking, or is it going to happen in July like it's scheduled, or? The energy definitely feels like decision. Why am I getting information about the Republican National Convention? This feels like they're not happy about Trump being the person they've got to go. The Republicans have they're going to have a convention, right? Republican, here, I'll just go look. You guys probably think I can't type because I'm using these nails. Convention 2020, yeah. It is Monday, August 24th. Yeah, these are a whole lot of rich, snooty people and family money kind of people, and the Trump dynasty itself, that are just not enthused about going and kissing somebody's orange tuchus. I don't think there's going to be martial law. I mean, I've read on it, and I haven't gotten anything like that. Yeah, Louisiana is postponing their primary. I understand. They're not looking forward to it. But will things sort themselves out by then? Are these is the, especially the Democratic one, is the Democratic convention going to go on? Matter of time. It's waiting. Here's the card of time. These are these poor kids who need their school lunches. But this is small industry, business among friends. This is he's the merchant, or he's a business, and they're kind of cooling their heels for a little while. But then, wham, Ace of Wands, taking action in a big way. So it's quiet for a while, and then whammo, movement in the economy and what have you. So that is what I'm getting. I think there is going to be a change coming, but the energies right now, it's hard to even read through it because the energy is doing this yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. I mean, it's just, and I'm like, okay, I think I can see what's happening over there, but yeah, okay, I'll try again later. But that's what I've got. Oh, right. Let me see. Yeah, poor Italians. And poor Harry's mom's stuck in the middle of that mess. Let me pull 3 cards. Hang on. Oh, I got 4, because of course I'm me. So sure, let's do 5, because I'm me. Trying to look at kind of a message for us. And this just feels like, that feels like it's on its own. Well, that's separate. This, Moon, Ace of Swords, it's like everybody's upset, howling at the moon. Oh my gosh, one in danger or in doubt, run in circles, scream and shout. And then it's like, no, Sword of Truth, Ace of Swords. This is what will really help you. This is how you really deal with it. And this is strong, but there's still this Trump. It's like that's Trump with this illusions and delusions, and then like that's Miller with his absolutely heinous policies. This is the Trump administration, Trump and the Trump administration trying to put in just dumb stuff. And taking advantage of the fact that people are so upset. But it does feel like, it's like, no, this feels like it's on top of this. No. And this Knight of Swords, it feels like it's like, okay, I'm ready to do what it takes. I'm ready to, do I need to stay at home? Okay, I'll find a way. Okay, do I need to wash my hands, by singing happy birthday twice? Do that. Some people, what was it? New Jersey on Twitter had a thing where it was showing how to wash hands. It was one of those. And then, but underneath it was basically showing that to how long to wash your hands. It was doing the chorus of "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. So it's just I will always love you. So where it's like we're ready. Well, okay, what do we have to do? Let's do it. Okay, they're not telling me anything more than that, so I'm going to go buy toilet paper. I'm going to. And then other people that are just panicking, oh my gosh. And this is like, whoa, hey. Sit. But meanwhile, this is crazy town. They're just, yeah, expect absolute, what the, this is a giant, what the heck. Everything that the Trump administration is going to do is just a great big, what the heck are they doing? What the heck is Trump doing? That's what I'm getting. So, but also, you know, we always talk on this channel, because our patron saint here is Fred Rogers. We always talk about look for the helpers. In a crisis, look for the helpers. If you look at this Knight of Swords, this is the card. It isn't necessarily yet the help, but it's so many people, the vast majority of people saying, okay, what do I need to do? I care about my elderly parents. I care about my grandparents. I care about other people. I don't want people to be hurt because of me. What do I need to do? Like in World War II, you know, and it was gather extra steel, or you know, metal, scrap metal, gather scrap metal, gather fat, send books, knit socks, buy bonds. And it was like, okay. So there are still so many people who care about not just themselves. I mean, seriously, that's kind of like all of us here, that we care more. We don't just care about ourselves. All right. So yeah, look for the helpers. Exactly. All right. So I'm going to leave it there for today, but I will be back tomorrow, and we're going to get through this, and it's going to be okay. But yeah, just whatever nonsense the Trump administration, you know, whenever you're like, oh my gosh, just think about all those Republicans who potentially are going to have to continue to suck up to him and make the convention all about his greatness, and have to sit there for days through that. Because they set it up, they kept it going, and they're going to have to sit there. Oh, direct karma. All right. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much to our moderators. This is absolutely not possible without you. So thank you. Thank you. All right. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.